Hey guys, Captain Joe here with Carolina Traditions Guide Company again. It's windy today. Had to reschedule a inshore trip, so back working on these reels for the shoal. These are some tier nose, really nice reels. I'm gonna show them to you in a minute. But first, I wanted to do another little short video from my tackle bench here. Something I've learned over the years, and we were always good with that when I was a kid too, on my dad's old, pin reels. But something I've learned working on boats and working at the tackle shop. A lot of nice reels get neglected. They're not, like I was talking about earlier in the roller guide video. They're not washed, rinsed, washed, and dried, stored, and lubricated properly. So today what we're gonna be talking about, I got some tier nose 30s here, which are great reels, great 2-speed reels. They're already spooled up with some braid backing, and I'm just going through and kind of externally servicing them and putting some new top shot on there. We're using diamond high vis 40 pound on these tier noses. It's kind of general purpose trolling reels, but I'm down to the reel mounts, and I'm gonna show you a few things that'll help out with your servicing and cleaning the reels, and your tackle guys and boat guys will be a lot happier if you do that too, and you will too, because you're protecting your investment. So I'm going to show you a few things about that. This guy at tier nose 30 here. See, we got the reel seat. I've taken some, this is good stuff. This is Starbright Marine Formula white Teflon lubricant. It's actually like a prop shaft lubricant. I put that on the reel seat. The reason that you want to put that and try to keep the reel seat halfway clean, as you can see, just a thin coat on there, is this is stainless steel, and most of your reel seats are going to be aluminum. Some of them are going to be, fiberglass or composite, but most of your trolling reels are going to be, rods are going to be aluminum. So what happens is that steel will oxidize onto the aluminum, and then it wears out both the reel seat and the reel seat on the rod. So that's a very important thing to do. And these little studs right here on these reels, they're real nice. They slide in and you tighten them up. These are real nice reels. But I've taken and cleaned these up with a wire brush, a light wire brush, so you can see they're kind of mostly crud free. And then what you're going to want to do is this is just some pen lubricant. Any type of decent lubricant that comes in this type of bottle is what you want to use. And you're just going to put a light coat on here. Now what this will do is when you slide your lock on here, and then you got your stud that goes on here, this will spread around on those threads and will keep that salt. It'll lubricate, but it'll keep that salt from getting up in there and causing these aggravating little stud caps to be stubborn coming off of there. And this is just a simple step that can save you a lot of time. I mean, look how easy that went from having to take it off with a screwdriver and get impatient if you ain't got a big thick screwdriver. You risk stripping that out, to now, see that lubricant on there. Get this one started. There we go. Going on there nice and easy, covering those threads up. There you go. They're on there. They're nice and secure. They're not going anywhere. And next time when you go to take them off and get them serviced next year or whatever your rotation is, usually this braid, if you take care of it, you just strip 20-30 yards off. A lot of my buddies that fish get 8 or 10 years out of this braid, because most of the time it's not exposed to the sun, and you're going to be putting your top shot over it, which is going to be in the salt, going to be exposed to the sun. It's going to take most of the wear of your strike. So it's actually a better long-term investment to go ahead and put some braid or some hollow core on here. I'm connecting with the Alberto knot is how I'm connecting. But Just a little bit of lubrication goes a long way when it comes to this stuff right here. You're always in the salt. You're always in the elements. Let's see how this one is. See, these are boogered up. You know, this makes it harder. You know, that's because they haven't been lubricated properly. These aren't as bad as some I've seen, but you can see they're pretty dry. At some point in time, they probably had some lubricant on them because they're coming off of there pretty nice. Check your stud locks. Yeah, I feel a little lubricant on these. Check your stud locks. Make sure that they're tight. You can put a wrench to them if you want to. You don't have to, but you see you got a little corrosion right here. You can take that, clean a little of that off of there. Put your white, just a little strip of white Teflon on there or whatever. You can use that pen lubricant, but it's blue. I kind of prefer to use something that's a little bit thinner. Will stay on there pretty good. There you go. Nice thin coating on there. You know, so that way when it touches the reel seat, you've got a little barrier in there to protect from your corrosion where your stainless is going to be touching your aluminum. And we're going to take and clean these studs up a little bit. I said a wire brush and I have one, but I just didn't grab it. This is what was closest to me. Clean these threads up, get some of that loose corrosion off of there. All right, let's see how it does. So we're going to take a little bit. Let's do a thin line on there. The thin blue line of lubricant here. All right, got a nice thin line. We're going to slide our piece back on there, and looky there, cleaned up, threading on there by hand. That's how these should be, folks. You shouldn't have to take and put the vice grip to it and heat it up with a torch and all that mess. Just a few minutes. You see how long that took? Just a few minutes right there goes a long way in protecting these. And I you know, it's just an old school thing, but it works. And when we were there to the shop, we did that on every single trolling reel that came in. We clean, grease. I mean, and those who like to nitpick what you get at a tackle shop, if it's a good tackle shop and they're doing their job, that's what you should get every time. And that's the difference that you pay for when you go to a good shop and get them to pay to put your line on there, is you get that little extra treatment that makes a difference. Is because it's better all the way around. That's what you're paying us for, to protect your investment. And me as one of the captains or co-captains on this boat, that's what you're paying me for, is to protect your investment. You're putting me in charge of your interest and your investment. So anyway, this is just an easy little step. I mean, I don't see any reason why you can't do it when you service your reels, but it makes a long difference, a big difference in the long run, rather. All right, guys, well, around. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope that my informative videos don't sound too much like rants or tirades, but it really will help you protect your investment. All right, guys, tight lines. We'll see you next time. Thanks.